Well, it says I'm live. I think that means I'm live. I think so. Seems good. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's good. Cool. Well, there's a few more people here. Hello. How you doing? Yet again, I've got my cup of tea and I will be slurping in your ear hole, so accept it. Right then, what are we going to do this evening? We're going to carry on with this. So I put it in this box last night, which is the box that it's going on my bike in, basically. So I put it in here just to stop bits of metal falling on it and, you know, possibly the house being on fire while I was sleeping. Probably a good idea. So, yeah. Let's get back to it. Oh, there she is. Oh, there she is. There she is. It's quite heavy, you know. It is quite heavy. Put it down there. I'll put that there so I can fall over it when I get up later. As I keep falling over everything in this room because there's too much crap in here. Hopefully you can all hear me. I think you can because it looks like it's working, so I'm just going to carry on anyway. Cool. So, going to continue doing the parallel connections that I was doing yesterday to the schematic I've got here. Just going to carry on as is, basically. Yeah. Continue doing this side and then we'll flip over and do the other parallels on the other side. I'm not going to do any series connections tonight, I don't think. I think I'm just going to crack on and do that for a bit. And then maybe look at what we're going to do with the padding around the side. I mentioned yesterday that I'm probably going to be using this foam that I've bought loads of and just have that in between here. Whether I tuck it in and glue it, I'm not sure yet. I don't know what to do with it really. Whether I get it nicely tucked in around there and kind of, you know, squeeze it into the battery and maybe put just a touch of hot glue around it just to keep it on. Might do that. Oh, cheers, Chris. Nice one. Thanks for confirming that. Yeah, so get that round there. That's going to be the protection for the sides all the way. That wraps all the way around the battery. All the way around. I just want to tuck it in, you know, and keep it tighter for when it's finished. So I might put that on tonight, see how I'm feeling. I might just do these parallel connections and try not to start a fire at the same time. Excellent. What a brilliant idea. Don't start a fire. Yeah, okay. So, little recap. This is my 52 volt e-bike battery pack that I am building from Samsung 25R 18650 cells. I have 84 of them, 6 in parallel, 6 in each parallel group, and I've got 14 in series, which makes my 52 volts nominal. Yeah, so yesterday it was just kind of built the pack and put it all together, and then just started just testing out welding some of these connections and stuff, which all seems pretty happy. I'm quite pleased with how it went yesterday. Apart from I did have one incident where I did nearly set myself on fire, so it was a close call, but you know, I'm alive, so it's okay. It's all good. I had a few comments from people and stuff. Well, I've had a few comments from Ali Bro, who's in the staff forum, with actually a few good comments and one really handy comment, which was get yourself some cable ties and wrap one around your sorry, I'm standing up, so my mic's probably changed a bit. Wrap it around this. Put a little clip on here. Put the clip on there, and then just wind it out as it goes round. Instead of I was taping it yesterday and taking tape on and off it, and it was just a nose. And I ended up just kind of putting it in this tub to keep it together. And I did have some cable ties, and I put them somewhere. And now I'm starting to do this. Clearly, I don't know where they are, do I? So I've put them somewhere in this mass of just hordes of crap. and I don't know where they are. What a daft idiot. Oh, where did I put them? Where do I put them in there? Oh, I'll tell you where I might put them. I might have put them in there. No, I didn't put them in there. Oh, the disappointment. Where the hell did I put them? I'm going to have to let this go in a minute, aren't I? I'm going to have to let it go. A bit more tea. Here's my welder. Spot welder that I'm using, which is an Arduino spot welder. Hooked up to... let me squeeze it in here. It's bloody heavy, so it's hard to show you, but hooked up to... oh, come on! Oh, God. This car battery. So once I connect that one to there, it's going to be live and kicking. Which I'm going to do now and get started. I don't like to hook it up until I'm kind of ready to start, really, you know. Just know for a fact I'm going to be like talking, and these are going to, if I connect it, these are just knocking around live, and they're just going to start welding stuff together, and that's not going to be good. Especially when I start like welding parts of this that I shouldn't be welding. So let's have a look. It's on. You probably saw it come on. That's me screwing it in now. How's everyone's life in Virus World? Mine's great. Welcome to Virus World. Weird. Weird. Well, that's handy. I'm going to stick that in there. Got a bit of blue tack here, which I should probably... I was thinking about making like a little stand to just put these two in. Like 3D printing a little stand, just like a solder. Sort of soldering thingy, whatever you call it, gun holder. But just like that for them to... It's a good idea. I haven't done it. It's going to take me a while to do it like everything else, so I'll stick to this for now. Let's crack on and finish these parallel connections. My scissors. Make sure there's nothing around that's metal that's going to cause me some serious hazards. Putting this battery down like those are going to go back in there. Most definitely. You know what? I can't believe I've misplaced them cable ties. It's really annoying. Don't believe it. I had them right here the other day as well. As with everything I do, I've put them away, and I've put them away so well that I'll never find them ever again. What a complete turnip. Anyway. Yeah, Virus World. Yeah, it will be the name of the movie. Someone's going to cash in on that, aren't they? Yeah, someone's going to cash in just to make it a million times worse. People's eyes popping out their head and stuff. Good to hear you well, though, Jason. That's good. Right. Crack on. We are here. Up in this region here. Up here. Parallel bank number 5. Positive runs up here. And across just those two at the end there. So, let's do a strip down here. So it's not a major thing at the moment because, you know, I'm not doing the other side. So this side, even if I like touched over one of these, I'm only just getting a serious connection and passing. I mean, it's not great because it'll start draining. It's not going to do it in a few milliseconds like if I touch it, but if I leave it sitting on there, it's going to start draining one into the other, flowing through. So I don't want to leave stuff lying on it, but it's not really a big danger at the moment as far as I see. It's when you connect the same side, it's when you connect the two ends of the same battery together, that's when you have serious problems, like fire problems and stuff. Big fire problems. So I'm not too worried at the moment, though I am being cautious. I'm definitely being cautious. I'm not just, you know, well, I'm trying not to be, kind of lazy about my safety in this situation. Something like that looks ideal. I mentioned yesterday that a nice little magnet would do a treat here. Just drop the magnet on, the way Andy Kirby does it on his channel. And I've seen him build a battery and he just drops the magnet on to hold it in place. It's so handy. Don't have any magnets, so I can't do that. I'm just going to have to settle for what this is. So, set at 20 milliseconds on the pulse on the welder at the moment. It was working fine yesterday. I'm going to continue with that. Saying that, Ali did mention in the comments about kicking it up slightly for layering two on top of each other, and on the negative side, which I was mentioning yesterday, that the negative side, you will find, takes a little bit more to get it welded on the negative side. The positive side seems to take really easily, or easier, should I say. So, hold it. There's the weld. Boom, we're in. We have begun. I learnt this yesterday. Do not touch this second one on until you are completely ready, because that's the way I had the spark yesterday. And I thought something was going to explode. Because it's set to auto weld. I can use a foot pedal, but I've got it set to auto weld, and I can go right for the centre in these anyway, on the positives. So, as soon as I touch the second one on, 1.2 seconds, and it does an auto weld. Ah, taken up. You know what? I've got loads of hard drives sitting in my drawer as well. That's a good shout. Ali keeps coming up with these decent suggestions. I love it. For anyone out there who is building a bike or looking at building a bike and a battery and stuff, go and check out Ali's channel as well, because I've been checking it out. He's been doing a bit of a diary on his build recently and his battery build and stuff. So definitely worth checking out. I think a few of the guys in the staff forum have got YouTube channels that they're doing kind of videos on and stuff. I know Azzy's got one. I think there's a few people who got. Obviously, Vortex has got one. It's who created the whole forum and has got a really decent channel. And there's some brilliant videos on there with his bikes, should I say, over the last couple of years. I guess it is 2 or 3 years or something. But definitely worth checking out Vortex's channel, and definitely check out Ali's channel as well. Some good stuff. And as I've found with this, you just need as much information as possible from like people who are actually building this stuff. You know, I spent a long time looking at things with this. Really, I was just mentioning your. Don't listen to anything Ali Bro says. He's an idiot. You're being too hard on yourself there, Ali. Bit too hard on yourself. That's the warning I give people when they're watching this. Though I'm like, this is not a tutorial, ladies and gentlemen. Do not do, or don't walk away going, yeah, he did it like that, so I'll do it. Just go and look at it yourself, because, as I said yesterday, I could be doing stuff wrong here and probably not doing it the best way possible, or indeed the safest way possible. Which reminds me, I need to get some masking tape and start masking off the connections I've made already. Hello John, how you doing, mate? Looks good. Hell of a kick on that positive. Yeah, it is. It does kick quite nicely. I'll hold it down. It's about a 4, and it reads about 485 amps usually that it's kicking through off the car battery to do the welds. That's what I'm getting. I wonder if these are a bit short, some of them, but that one's a double, so let's try. Trying not to miss the positive like I did yesterday. And just saying that was with a double weld yesterday, and I basically just sparked the nickel through to itself, which just made it just melt and spark everywhere, which was just a bad idea. But am I happy with that one? Not sure. It's a little bit short. I'm gonna put another weld on it. That's better. I'm happy with that. Now I'm happy. Yeah, the leads do jump a bit, and they get hot. They're hot already. Oh, what was that? Jesus, that scared the hell out of me. There's a fan on the side of the welder, and it's just open. It's got no guard on it or anything, so it's just rubbed against the casing of the fuse on this side and started making a noise. Stop. Better. Hey, right. Let's continue. Where's the next one at? Let's do number 6, which is this minus run up here, which is these right here. I'm going to do one strip across and then down a few pieces. I'll tell you what I'm going to do first. Exactly. I think it might have been Ali who suggested getting some masking tape. I can't remember, or it was someone in the forum maybe, but I've got the tape that I use on my 3D printer that I don't actually use that often, to be honest. But I'll just get that and just start covering these connections, because you know, safety first and all that. I don't want stuff falling onto it, and I don't want this battery blowing up in my mush, and particularly I don't want to lose it because I spent a load of money on it, and I actually want to ride this bike at some point in my life if I can get this bloody battery built. Which, you know, hopefully I'm on the way, so it should be fine. I'm going to do a little bit there as well. Let's not skimp on the masking tape for safety reasons. Do you know what I mean? Okay, I actually feel better about having that on there now. Some more tea before it goes cold. Grab some tea. Right, on here. Any questions or just general chit chat, just fire away and I'll try and either answer or I'll just talk to you about stuff. That's a really dangerous thing, isn't it? That flicking around all over the battery. I've got to stop doing things like that when we start. Oh look, it's gone wild. It's gone wild. Oh no. I can't tame it. I need the cable tie trick. I don't know where I put my cable ties. Oh god, I'm such a muppet. Where have you put your cable ties, Chris? If you were you, where would you put them? Because if I were you, which you are, I'd put them up here. I'm actually standing on my desk chair at the moment, perched over the top of this battery, which is probably not a good idea with a big strip of nickel in my hand. Safety first. No idea. I don't know where they are. I can't believe that I've just put them somewhere. Oh, I'll tell you what I have got, which may do just for now. Got one of those little toys. Got one of these little things. Maybe I'll put that on there. Maybe I'll just put that on there. Do it as tight as. Maybe I'll cut them off. Snips. Does that work? I feel like it's not as good as the original suggestion, but I think it's going to work for now. Seems alright actually. I'm going to go with that. I snipped that already, didn't I? See, look. Doing 5 different things at once. See what happens. Super sharp, yeah. Are you talking about this stuff? The nickel strip you're talking about? Yeah, on the edges it's crazy, and when you cut it, it's even worse. You get these little microscopic bends on the end that are just like knife blades. He's nasty. Though, touch wood as he knocks his head. I haven't sliced myself open on it just yet, but there's always time. And obviously I will slice myself open on it now, I've said that. So, as with yesterday... Oh, it's gone into standby, of course it has. Staying away from the centre of the negative. And... yeah, just stay away from the centre of the negative, going to the edge. So I'm doing one either side of the middle, basically, on each negative. As I was saying yesterday, get quite complacent with the negative because you feel like there's not much risk when you're welding, because there's positive. Obviously, the negative is right next to it, underneath this. It's underneath this paper cap, and there's a plastic cap put there by Samsung in manufacture as well. So it's, you know, you're still concerned about it. Everyone knows, everyone's seen the videos about these batteries, man, and how quickly they go up. I just don't want any of that stuff, especially while I'm sitting in the house. I strongly considered... yeah, I barely have a finger left, mate. Oh, Jesus. So have you built stuff before, Jason, then? You've obviously built batteries before, then, if you're using this stuff. Yeah, just look. I mean, you can't see it, but that is just like... I've cut it and it's like a bleeding knife blade now. I'm going to flatten that out a bit if I can. Try not to injure myself too much. You know, just a little bit. There it goes. Over. It's going to need some force. Sometimes you have to press this down as well, because I'm going to put another one in that because I didn't like that was right near the edge. That looks better. Gloves. Yeah, gloves. Should have what? Give me a rundown. I'm not saying I shouldn't wear gloves, but why? Because I've got gloves here, to be honest. I can put gloves on, but why should I be wearing gloves? I'm not saying I shouldn't. I'm just asking why I should. Is it to protect my hands from slices? Is that what you're saying? Or is it another reason? Because I saw that you were wearing gloves when you were building yours, Ali, in your vids. I saw that, and I did wonder to myself, why the gloves? So I thought it might have been related to the whole, like, you know, you should rub the terminals down with alcohol to clean them to make sure you get good welds and stuff before you start. I thought it might have been that. Not batteries, but bikes, cars, general fabrication stuff with almost basic electronics. Electrocution. Cool? Well, not cool on the electrocution. Save your wee pinkies. Okay, cool. I see what you're saying. Yeah, from getting tore up. It's a good point. Me being me, I'm probably gonna say, I'm alright without gloves at the moment. I'm not keen on wearing latex gloves anyway. Yeah, you got to cut too many times. That's it. I'll probably learn when I've just mashed my hands up and you'll be going, I told you. And I'll be going, yeah, I know I should have done it. I know. Yeah. I'm going to stick like this for now. And when the blood starts spraying everywhere all over the battery, I'll go and get some gloves. Is that a good idea? It's a brilliant idea. Well done, clever clogs. Good on you. Talking about me, by the way. bikes. You know what? Bikes, I'd be interested in building an electric. I've seen a lot of people building electric motorcycles. I'm going to crack on with this one now, this number 7 here. You can't see that, and I always do this. You can't actually see the picture. I'm doing this one. All those positives, connecting them in parallel. Yeah, I'm interested in doing a bike project at some point. I was thinking about, like, I used to have a what is it, a Yamaha 125, one of the old ones. What was it? Was it a CR or something, or was it a CB 125 or something? I can't remember. It's the first motorbike I had anyway, and I was thinking like something just little like that, a tiny little 125. Get an old one and just pull the engine out of it and put a big battery pack on it and get a motor on it. You know, I was just thinking that would probably be quite good, quite fun to do, and I just don't feel like it'd be that hard to do either. I've honestly been thinking about it. At the moment, my mind is set on, once I've done this bike, my mind is set on doing some form of stupid scooter with ridiculously big wheels and some sort of suspension, and just like an off-road silly scooter. Basically, that's what my mind is set on at the minute. I keep coming up with these loony ideas in my mind, but I have really no idea how to weld. So I did a 1-day MIG course about 3 months ago, and I really enjoyed it, and I want to get into doing some welding anyway, and then I've looked at doing some TIG now, and I really want to do that as well, and I just figure if I can get on and do some TIG, then I could maybe do some stuff like with a frame and things, and actually fabricate some stuff as well. See, I wasn't ready for that then. That was a bit of a bad idea. And I'm talking. It's not good. I'm going to put another one on that. Let's check that. Oh, that's the battery spinning. I thought that was spinning then. I was like, what? Yeah, so recumbent bike. I plan to do one in the future myself. It's right, someone just walked in the door to speak to me and saw the computer on and figured I was speaking, so left. I say someone as if there's like 50 people in my house and just some random person walked in. It was actually my brother-in-law who lives with me. I plan to do one in the future myself. Recumbent bike. Yeah, I just feel like, yeah, that bike idea, it just seems super simple. And I've looked at the lithium titanate cells, the big stupid ones with the screw terminals either end, and I think they're like 2 point something. I don't know. They're low voltage anyway, aren't they? So you'd need quite a few of them. Either that, or I'd use the LiFePo cells. I don't think I'd do it with lithium ion, personally, if I'm honest. I think I'd just rather do it with either LiFePo or lithium titanate LTO cells. I bought some actually slightly off topic, but I bought some LiFePo cells to do some testing. I'm building a which I'll probably do some more streams and stuff with some different things, because I've got so many projects that I'm building little bits and pieces. But I'm building like a 12 volt power bank, basically. That's like an 8-way USB power bank that'll do what's it called, like power delivery for Apple devices and stuff as well. It's just a bit of a test for someone, basically. But I'm going to use these, I think. These monsters, which are LiFePo cells, 32700 Lito Carla cells. Looked at these because I saw that Vortex was using the Lito Carla lithium ion 5000 milliamp hour cells, and I know he's had them in his most recent bike, and they're like, and he's pleased with them and stuff. And Andy Kirby was using the Lito Carlas in his bike as well, and he's pleased. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to get some. So I got some from their official store on AliExpress. So I got a box of them to do to build a couple of, well, a single 12-volt unit with. That's maybe going to be 1400 milliamp hours. And I bought this as well, which is a LifePo BMS, 12-volt BMS 3S. Is it 3S? No, it's 4S, sorry, because it's LifePo. LifePo is only 3.2 volts, so it's 4S to do 12 volts. Yeah, so it'll do... It's written in Chinese, so I don't know, but it says 20 amps and 30 amps, so I'm guessing it's... I don't know. I'll get a translator, but yeah, something around... I'm not going to be pulling 20 amps from it anyway, but... And these cells, I think these cells do something quite crazy, like... Oh, you can pull a decent amount of amps from them anyway. I can't remember what it is. It says 70 amp on it. Maybe that's what it is. 70 amps. That's probably like a full maximum. It's probably not a continuous rating, to be honest, 70 amps. I don't know, but... I know the spec was well above what I needed. And I just prefer... I'm just thinking about them just due to the safety, basically. Instead of using lithium-ion cells. Just because you can literally kind of like... drill into those and they don't set on fire, whereas these will go up if they're not treated well, let's say. Yeah, anyway, off topic, but on topic, kind of. I should tell people in the house, my wife, my brother-in-law, anyone who's obviously in the house, it's going to be on standby. I know it's not. I should tell them to, if they want to ask me something instead of walking in, well, they can walk in, it's not a problem. But they just post me a question in the live stream, can't they? If they don't want to walk in while I'm doing it, it's a perfect way to contact me. Yeah, these doubles. It seemed alright when I was welding it yesterday, but I know what you were saying, Ali, before about maybe upping the milliseconds. And I think I will do that when I get to the series connections and I'm crossing, like, I've got 2 layered already and I'm crossing 3 into a negative, or the negative's got 3 layers on it. I'm definitely going to up the milliseconds just to make sure that weld is solid. That's definitely something I will do. I feel like the double layers so far is actually really solid and they're okay, so they seem like they're welding nicely. So I'm going to leave it for now, as is. Slicey fingers. I'm always conscious of just having these a little bit too long. I don't like them overlapping the positive, you know. And I need to remember to throw these little bits of nickel away that are going to cause a fire at some point. Yeah, I don't want them over, like, I'd rather they be sitting inside of just inside. You probably see that on this rubbish camera, but, you know, if they're halfway on like that, a little bit too less, and then if they're just inside like that and not overlapping that green ring, which is where the negative is underneath, I just feel more comfortable about that, to be honest. So I'm just, if it's a little bit over, I'm just chopping it. And that looks good there, so let's hold that. Should I put some more tape on there? I think so. anyone got any particular tips for me when I get to the series connections? I'm putting tape on just to stop me dropping anything like metal on here. You'll notice I've took my ring off, I've took my watch off. I mean, it's just, like I say, I don't think, I'm trying to think where a connection would be bad on here, because they are just all series connections, one to another. I mean, I suppose if I went across, the other side isn't connected yet, so even if I go across 3, I don't know, to be honest. It's just good practice. It's just good practice. But yeah, it's for mainly for, like, if I drop these scissors on there, this metal doesn't cross across the terminals and arc something, basically. And especially when I tip this battery over and I start welding the other side, that's when you come to the point that, you know, you could quite easily have a loop in one battery and it'll start smoking really fast. Yeah, so that's why the tape's going on. Didn't do it yesterday, I was thinking about it, but someone mentioned it. I think it was Ali who mentioned it, and I was like, yeah, that is a good idea, it needs to happen. What welder are you using? I'm using a Malectrix Arduino welder. So it's just got an Arduino inside and loads of other stuff, a big row of MOSFETs and stuff, and a big copper plate in it and stuff. Malectrix, so MAL Ectrix, I think it is, .eu. I think he's a German guy. He's really helpful as well, because like when I was first testing stuff and I was trying to use nickel plated copper instead of just the nickel, I kind of said to him, like, you know, it's not welding this stuff I've got, and he's like, okay, try this, have you looked at this and stuff, and he's really helpful. He's a good guy. So, and it is a really decent. It's the one I've seen everyone using, so I just got it. You can get a K-Weld as well from the which is a US guy, I believe. K-Weld, or I think it's a US guy. From what I saw, I think it is. Which is pretty much the same thing, basically. Kind of looks a little bit different, but it's the same thing. Put that one down, Chris. That's a good idea, isn't it? Keep doing that. Just trying to move stuff with the probes. Right? Don't do that, especially because I don't have a foot pedal connected. It's on automatic weld, so I only have to hold it for. I've got it set to 1.2 seconds and it welds. So 1, and then I think it's 1.2, something like that. So yeah, moving stuff around with these is not the best idea. Use them for what they're supposed to be used for, which is just spot welding the connections. That's why I want to get a little rack, so I'll just put them in as well, because I'm not keen on them just hanging around the desk like this. Not overly keen, should I say. Let's have a look at that. What day is it today? Is it Wednesday today? I tell you what, with my job anyway, I don't really know what day it is most of the time. It doesn't really matter, but I just feel like I haven't really thought about what day it is for like the last month or something. Is there any need to think about what day it is at the moment? Is it just one long day? It's just World Virus Day, and it lasted 6 months. Crazy. Is everyone UK in here, or is there people from around the world somewhere, or? I'm quite clearly from the UK, as you can hear. My dulcet brummy tones. see it, so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just putting it back in there. It's just an exciting part, that is, me putting that in there, so I thought I'd have it in shot, you know. It's just like, oh, they'll be missing out, me putting that back in there. Don't want you to miss out on anything. All the exciting stuff, like, you know, like that. I'm probably covering like what I'm doing half the time as well, because I'm not really concentrating on that. I'm concentrating on not burning myself, or, you know, setting myself on fire, basically, so. Oh, that one smelled extra burny, that one did. I know you were building some stuff, weren't you, John? I know you're busy because you're probably outside in your garden finishing off your shed, as you told me earlier, but when you were building some battery stuff, you got round to messing with any of that stuff yet? I know you had a load of old cells you were trying to reuse and stuff. See, I've got a question. Is Ali still in here? Are you still here, Ali? If you are, I'm wondering, should I just be going over all of these, as many connections as possible, sort of thing? Like here, 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 here. I should be connecting all of that stuff right together, shouldn't I? Not overdoing it, that is right. I think it's right, anyway. I should be connecting all of that stuff together. Hello, Foil. How you doing? Good to see you, mate. Well, not to see you. You know, good to visualise you, should I say. I can see you in my mind's eye. Hope you're well, mate. We're just building a big, silly battery. Cool, man. Good stuff. Can see how this might get extra boring for you peeps after a bit, do you know what I mean? It's like 43 minutes of me just welding this. It's like, this is exciting, man. Real exciting. So, what else are you doing? Oh, nothing. I'm just doing this. I just keep repeating the same thing. Try to keep your excitement level up, won't you, while you're here? I might, when I get to the end of this, I might just save you the pain and playing with your new toy. What you playing with? What you got? I might just save you the repetitive pain, and once I finish this side, it's going to be exactly the same the other side. Though there is a chance of me blowing myself up definitely on the other side, so it might be good to watch. But I might just knock it on the head at this side, and then I'll come back tomorrow probably and carry on, and I'll show you what I did while I was off stream, because he's literally just going to be me welding this. I'm going to put another one on that. Didn't like it. Didn't like the feel of it. Another one's going on. What do you reckon, Ali? Do you reckon 2 welds on each one is enough? How would you feel about that? Is that what you were doing with yours? I can't quite recall exactly from the from your video. Right, I'm at a triple layer here on a negative, so I'm going to knock this up. I'm going to go up to 25. Let's split the difference, kind of. I'm going to go 27 and see how we get on. Because I've got 3 layers of nickel to get through here. I've got one that's coming down here, one that's already come down here, and this is the 3rd one on top, so... I found it hard doing my electrics. Oh, cool. Nice one. I could have just posted a link for you, couldn't I, in the chat, really? Could have just put the bloody welder down. Yeah, you're right, Ali. I'm happy with that. Just turning it up and a couple of notches just to get that solid. I like that idea. Love it. Yeah, I could just bloody put the link in, couldn't I? It's a Prius inverter. You'll have to explain that to me, because I'm not the biggest electronics person. Obviously, it's out of a Toyota Prius. It's not sure what it does, but you've picked it up from somewhere as a second-hand thing or something, or out of someone's broken Prius, and you're using it for something. Electrics. Yeah, sorry, I could have just posted you the link to the actual site, couldn't I? And you'd see exactly. Because I'm not sure if you can post links and stuff. Let's do that. And let's do that. Copy and paste it in there. I think he did 4 on each. 4 as in, 4 doubles, like 1 weld, 2 weld, 3 weld, 4 weld, meaning 8 spots altogether. Is that what you mean? Cheers, Jason. Anyway, thanks for doing that. Plus, you reminded me to just put a link in, which I was just completely looked over to start with. Next one is number 9. Yeah, these. So I'm going to go on with that lot. Prius inverter. I have to admit to not really knowing what it is, but if you're building something cool with it, I want to see it. Need a video or it never happened. Plan to build an electric car, so collecting parts. Oh, nice. Cool, man. What are you, like, as in, you just taking the shell of any car with a combustion engine in it, and you're converting it? 8 spots, okay, mate, okay. I suppose it can't hurt for me to do more welding, can it, really? It's not going to be a major issue. It can only make it better, I suppose. My battery still says it's happy as I'm going here. I'm mindful that it's got a battery meter on it. It might start running down, but I have got 2 lipos up there which I can switch to if I need to. But first time doing this stuff, I don't know how long this car battery's going to last doing all this stuff, so we'll find out as we go, I guess. I watch videos of people doing this, going like, getting to a point and just going, oh bloody hell, I've had enough. I've had enough for now. I'm sick of welding stuff, and I can see exactly what they're saying. I've hardly done any of it, and I'm like, those probes are bloody hot. I'm pressing down on this with my hands all the time. See how you just want it done, But I'm not going to rush. going to take my time. Bloody hell, that was hot. That is hot. Again, another one of Ali's bits of advice was, why don't you get a fan and stick it on top of the battery to cool down the probes? I told you to do it, and I know he's right. And look, to prove it, I did try and set one up. Look, I tried to do this yesterday with a little fan controller and stuff. So I did do it. It was running. It was fine. I just haven't put it on top of there to do it because I'm flipping lazy. I'm a lazy git. That's why. It's terrible. Terrible. I think I'm going to run out of this nickel, you know. I've got a load of other stuff, but I thought there'd be enough. Kind of underestimated by a long stretch. Good to hear your voice. Hopefully see you soon. Don't hurt yourself. I'll try not to, Chris. Nice one, mate. I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Thanks for dropping in. I've just realised that I've got it still set to 27 and I didn't set it back, but it seems okay. It's not over welding anything, so I'm going to leave it like that. It was a good test, wasn't it? Just a good random test. This is where I don't want to miss the positive and do what I did yesterday. Just create a massive spark and scare the hell out of myself. Don't want to do that. EV BMW Damien Maguire. Oh, I'll check it out. He does a lot of car build conversion stuff, does he? Electric. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Sounds good. Like it. Does anyone watch the Furs here? He hasn't done any videos recently. He's done a few at the start of the lockdown. He just hasn't put anything out. I suppose it's a bit restrictive for him. It's a bit difficult, like, but I never heard of him till about like 2 months ago. I've just like binge watched all his stuff. It's awesome. He's got some crazy videos, man, but they are good. Yeah. Never even heard of him. What a lovely time to discover him, and I've got loads of time. Put another one on that link. Didn't like it. Now I do. Yeah, maybe I will go through and put some extra welds on this, you know. Looking at it, I think it's a good shout, Ali. I like it. I like the sound of it. Can't hurt, can it? Can't hurt. Here we are, number 10. That's interesting, isn't it? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's right. That's right. It's right. It's okay. Don't worry. Oh, I love them when they're just straight like that. Easy. Get it done. A few seconds. And it's on the negative. I'm not saying I'm going to rush it. Just saying it's a bit easier. Tape. Get that tape out of my way. Go away, tape. For a minute at least. It was a little sparkier than the other ones, that one. For some reason. Ow, that's hot. I'm not going to have cuts on my fingers, I'm just going to have burnt fingertips. Oh, yeah, this is definitely, I'm going to finish this side and then probably knock it on the head and do the rest of it off stream after I've let this cool down for half an hour or whatever. Plus, I just want to walk away from it for a bit. The Deadliest Catch new season has started, so I'm catching up on episodes. You might hate it, but I like it. I've been watching it ever since it started on Discovery. I think it's the only piece of TV I actually still watch. I don't watch anything on TV anymore. I just watch YouTube and... yeah, I literally don't watch anything on TV. I don't even have my TV plugged into an aerial, so I can't watch anything on TV. Just so much freaking tosh on TV, ain't there? I got both. You got both. I probably said something that relates to and I've forgotten. Got both. What did I say? Don't know. Yeah, that's another thing. I've also got the memory of a fish, so you might have to repeat yourself sometimes. Or state what you're referring to, because once I've been round the bowl twice, no idea what you said. I get round and I'm just talking about the bridge I've just been under. Seen that bridge? Yeah, it's in here all the time. Oh, right, okay. Oh, cuts and burns. Ah, okay, cool, yeah. Yeah, if I start, I do want to start doing some fabricating, like I said, and I've got a plan to go and do some TIG welding lessons when all this is over. We're back to the norm. And I'm sure I'm going to, if I embark on that sort of adventure, somewhere down the line, I'm going to get freaking burnt and scratched and cut, aren't I? But if I can build the scooter that I've got in my mind, this ridiculous off-road scooter with stupid wheels, like I'm talking like, I want the wheels to be like, nearly the size of car wheels or something. It's so ridiculous. I'm just bounding it through the grass. Oh. Yeah, I've got a silly idea for it, but we'll see what happens. See if that comes to fruition. It's taken me flipping 6 months to build a battery for a bike, so I won't speak too soon. See how I get on, shall we? Nice, like it. It's those, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I do have to count things like that because... no worries, yeah. Yeah, you'll notice if you watch this again at any point, or you watch me again at any point, you'll notice that I just forget stuff. I could apologise for it, but I'll forget that I apologised, and then I'll probably apologise again, and that'd just start getting annoying after a bit, and people say, keep apologising. I say, I haven't apologised. And you say, you've apologised 5 times already tonight. But like, oh, right, sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, obviously. Anyway, a drag scooter. No, I'm thinking more like an off-road type scooter with big, bouncy suspension and like I'll tell you what, give me the idea for it that I like the look of. I bet you I can't find it because I don't know the name of it. I bet you I can't find it. It's a new thing that someone is bringing out, and it just looks pretty awesome. It looks... It's like a cross between, I don't know, it's like a cross between I want to say the motorbike in the new Batman films and a scooter, because it's just got that feel, like the massive tyres on that bike. I think that's what I'm taking from it in my mind. I'm not going to be able to find it, I bet you. Oh, I found it. Self-balancing scooter. Oh God! Well, how do I? It's not the channel for it, unfortunately. But let me see if I can visit the page. yeah, open link in a new tab. It just lead me to a picture and I can post that. This is a random. This might be their website actually, but it might be just a random website. So, you know, it's on you. If you click on it. If you want to see what it is, then you'll click on it. But it looks like a legit website. I'm not just like sending you to some dodgy website or something. Yeah, so it looks legit, this website. So it's up to you whether you click it. It looks legit. It's just a picture anyway, but it's like that basically. That's the thing I saw and I was like, oh, that looks nice. I want to build something like that, but something that's like off-roady and got wicked suspension on it and stuff. That's where I kind of had the beginnings of the idea for it. You might get a flavour of what I'm thinking about from it, but you may not as well. I may just have to build it, which is the ideal situation. Ideally is I go out and actually build it, yeah. But I love the look of that scooter. But all those things that are getting built, and there's a few of them, different things that people are doing, they're all just crazy expensive. That's why I started building my own e-bike. I looked at it and people like wanted 750 watt e-bike, you know, with a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, and people wanted like, you know, like flipping nearly just ridiculous. They wanted like $1,500 say for it or something. I'm just like, I'm not paying you $1,500 for that. I'll just build one. It's like with the batteries. People just want like all this money for these batteries, and you're like, hang on a second. How much are the batteries? How much is that welder? You're like, oh, just build one maybe, instead of giving you all that money. Because these batteries go like, you know, like 500 quid or something. And what did I pay for these batteries? I paid like £1.70 a battery, and I bought 100 of them, so that's 170 quid. And then I bought the nickel, and I bought a welder for like, I don't know what it is. It's like 120. Is it 120 euros? Is it or something? It's not a lot anyway. It's cheaper than like 400 or 500 quid to actually buy this battery off someone. And then also at the back of my mind, I'm thinking, well, I'm building this battery, and if someone says, well, I want to build one, I want a battery as well, I'm like, well, I can build you a battery for like, you know, with brand new cells for a load cheaper if you want. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about starting a business because that's a lot of hassle really. But, you know, if I know someone and they just want a battery, it's like, yeah, I can build it, just, you know, make some money building it. They get a cheaper battery. I get paid for doing something I'm enjoying. Win-win. If you weren't an idiot, you wouldn't be building a battery pack live on YouTube. If you weren't an idiot. It's like, I'm not sure whether you're calling me an idiot or not, but I agree if you are anyway. It's fine. Did I call myself an idiot? I probably did. Look, I forgot. I told you, didn't I? I told you it bloody happened. I forgot that I called myself an idiot. Oh dear. Looks very simple but effective. Don't know how it would handle under power. Yes, you can make a little money off the equipment you need. Yeah, it's just like, I just see an opportunity to do stuff really. I won't say I haven't looked into it, because I have looked at it as well. I've looked at, you know, getting some of those standard battery boxes ordered in from China, and getting some decent cells here and actually building some batteries and just selling them. You know, I have most definitely thought about doing that. I won't say I haven't, because I have. Yeah, I've definitely thought about doing that. And I've been looking recently at some stuff on AliExpress, and I spoke to, in fact it was on Alibaba, I spoke to a company, a representative from one of those companies in China, who they do custom nickel plates with built-in fuses for battery packs. So it's like a custom, you design the plate for them, and it's got individual fuses cut into it. It's like stamped out, and it's got individual fuses cut into it, and you just say, okay, I want this shape and do that. And if I get some of those standard boxes, I can just build that and go, okay, I want this, and I want, 20 of them, and just build 20 battery packs or whatever, and it'd probably work out like that. And they're individually fused as well in that den. And you can, I spoke to them, and they'll let you spec. You just give them the shape and say, okay, I want fuses that are rated for this, and they'll calculate it all up, and they'll put it on there and have it set. So you've got 10 amp fuses for every cell, let's say. They calculate all the thickness and stuff like that. I mean, you can obviously go over it and discuss it with them, but they calculate that stuff and just let you know, and then give you a cost for it, get it stamped out. It's a pretty good idea, man. How you doing, Lee? You alright? How's it going, man? It's cool. Yeah, it does look cool, man. I really like the look of it. That's what caught my eye. I was like, oh man, that looks cool. Really did like the look of it. That is what caught my eye. How's it going, Mr. Moore? You okay? You alright, are you? YouTube celebrity, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I am. Right, where are we at now? That's part of the back end there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, haven't I? Have I? No, I've got that way. Sorry, it's this little kind of S shape here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what I'm doing now. I'm going to do the long one, 2 single ones. Like I say, when I finish this side, people, you good, mate? That's good news, mate. Good to hear. Hope the family's well as well, mate. Yeah, once I finish this side, I'm gonna knock it on the head, because it's just gonna be more of me doing exactly the same thing. So I think you've probably, if anyone's got anything out of this, you've probably got what you need out of it. So, or anyone watching it later will have what they need out of it. They don't need me to keep repeating what I'm doing for the next hour. Oh, did I finish my tea or did I let it go cold? Oh, it's gone cold. Gutted. Cold tea. Is there anything worse than cold tea? Go on, name something. You tell me something that's worse than cold tea. Actually, yeah, there's a lot. I know, yeah, I'm going to get bombarded now. Yeah, I know there's a load of stuff. But at this moment in time, for me, there's nothing worse than cold tea. I'm sad about it. I really am. In fact, I'm going to end this early just because my tea's cold. Toys out the pram. Melted ice cream. Good shout, Jason. That is a good shout. Corona. I'm not worried about this Corona stuff, man. I'm not too concerned, if I'm honest. But saying that, would I rather drink a litre of cold tea or have coronavirus? And obviously, I'm going to drink a litre of cold tea. So that's fair enough. See, I told you it was a stupid comment, but anyway. I tell you what, I watched back, because I could only watch about 5 minutes of my live stream from yesterday, and I was like, oh, I'll turn this off. I watched it back and realised that I say basically a lot. Oh dear. Basically. That's in the 5 minutes that I watched, I was like, will you stop saying that? Oh God. Stingy piss, a friend told me. Yeah, a friend told you, I'm sure. Stingy piss. Of course it's worse than cold tea. Stingy piss. Tell you what would be a really bad day. Stingy piss after cold tea. Oh. Jeez. I feel sorry for those people, man. It's got to have happened to someone, hasn't it, you know? Stingy piss after you've just had a cold cup of tea. Poor bastards. Oh, I said I wasn't going to swear tonight. Lied. Clearly. Lied. Liar! nickel strips sticking to fingers, arcing batteries, setting fires. Stop doing it. A bit concerning that some of the negatives on these are like popping when I go press down on them. Should I be concerned? Not sure. I'm hoping it's a normal thing. This is going to be a beast. This is going to be a beast when I've finished. A beast! See, look now. See, I know it's time to call it an evening now because I'm starting to do silly voices and stuff. Got to stop now. Stop doing silly voices. How long have I been going for? An hour and 10 minutes. I think I did about an hour and 45 yesterday. It's kind of plenty to talk about yesterday because it's kind of like talking about this as from the start, from scratch, what I've been thinking about, what I've been doing. Everyone's already heard that now, so. Don't need to hear that stuff anymore, do you? Don't want to hear it. Shut up. Starting to get complacent as well, just bouncing the nickel around and going, oh, yeah, it's fine, just cut it. It gives a stop myself from swearing then. Still not. I'm not really past the cold tea, if I'm honest. It's in the back of my mind. It's troubling me. I just keep telling myself it's going to be alright because I'll just go and make a fresh one. Go make a fresh one later. Be fine. It's going to be alright. It's going to be fine. Make a fresh one. I definitely need a magnet to put on this nickel strip to help me out. It's too risque. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's put another one in. God, that's sticking very nicely now with the 27 milliseconds on it. Oh, that is sticking. Literally sticking. These are getting hot as well. I'm glad this is near the end of this side at least. Lovely. Stingy pisses in the back of my mind. Do you know what? It'll come back at the strangest time as well, because you'll be having a cup of tea one day, months from now. You'll be having a cup of tea, and it'll go cold. You'll leave it on the side. It'll go cold, and you'll pick it up and go, "Tea's cold." What's next? What's next? Stingy piss. It'll happen, I'm telling you. Come straight back. It's the way the mind works. It's weird, isn't it? Straight away, stingy piss. That's what you'll start thinking. You drink coffee. Okay, let's implant that in your mind. Cold coffee, stingy piss. There you go. Cold coffee, stingy piss. I've said it twice now, so it's definitely implanted. Damn it! No! I shouldn't have told him I drink coffee. Oh dear. And we are coming to the end of this side. What a beautiful sight. I'm so happy that this is coming on, to be honest. I'm happy that it's just getting done now, you know. I want it on the bike and I want to be riding it. I've got to be honest. Like I said in the stream yesterday, for anyone that's from yesterday, even though I'm probably going to sell this as soon as I've made it, or pretty much just after I've made it, because I want to free up the cash and go with my wild scooter idea. But I'll probably ride it a little bit, but probably not much. And I said that to someone in the e-bike Discord that I'm in the other day, and they were like, "What, are you like a sailor? You've gone through all of this, you built it and everything, and then you're just going to sell it?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I I can't keep my mind on things for too long anyway. I need something else to do. Can't just keep looking at the same thing. It'll just get to me. It'll bore me to tears. I'll be like, that boring bike, yeah, don't ride it anymore. So I probably will. I will sell it. I will sell it. Engineering, comedy and stinky piss. This is a new niche. Yes, yes indeed. I like it. I think it's a good niche. Stinky piss. I was going to start singing it then like it was some sort of football chant. It's not a good idea. Leave it. Leave it. Stop it. I'll put an extra one on that because it's double. I like it. I like the sound of putting an extra one on it. And I'm going to put an extra one on that as well. Because I just am. I'll do that when I double that up. Lol, YouTube royalty. Definitely a niche market. Gotta say that about it. Gotta say that about it, ain't you? What do you watch on YouTube? Mainly the stingy piss stuff. Ah, right, yeah, I like that as well. Here's me saying I wasn't going to swear and I'll just keep saying stingy piss. It's only if my mum ever watches the videos because she'll just give me a clout for every time I swear. So at the moment I'm getting a real beating. Won't be able to come out for a week. You won't be able to stand up for a week if I get hold of you. Another reason for me stopping here and doing the other side myself is because I actually want some music on. You can't have music on YouTube. It's ridiculous, man. Royalties. Even if I buy like a PRS license, which I'm willing to do if I can have music, but they just won't let you do it. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. Don't understand. I've done a few more on that one, as with the others that are overlapped. And this is the absolute negative end. So this leads off to the BMS. And leads also off to, well, other parts that get the negative, which is charge and the controller. But that is... yeah, so I want a bit on that because there's gonna be a few tabs off that, maybe 3 tabs off it, which are all gonna link together with the cable. So because I'm gonna be pulling the final, you know, when it's fully charged, 58.8 volts and down to 52, lower than that down to 50 or something, something like that. So and all the ampage is going to be coming out at the end of this, which, you know, as we were speaking about yesterday, is going to be, for what my controller is, somewhere around 30 amps, but you can't look past the fact that you might pull more than that, let's say 45, so, you know, and there, this is rated, I know it said yesterday on stream that this is a 1.5, and it's not 1.5, it's 0.15 thickness by 8mm, and it's rated, as far as the guy who sold it to me, which I should do some more research on it, but he said it's rated at 25 amps. Through this, so 3 lots at 25, 75, but you know, it's not going to get anywhere near that. So I'm hoping that three tabs off of that and have the cable welded to those 3 tabs, which will be cable like this. I've got a cable here. I'm not sure what I'm using yet. I haven't looked, but I've got some 8 AWG, which I think is massively overkill, this stuff. And I've also got 12 AWG, which is probably what I'm going to use. That is probably what I'm going to use. And I'll tell you why. For what? Because I've also seen, I mean, I admittedly don't know a lot about this electronic stuff, and I'm learning as I go, but the controller that I've got has got, just look at this, look at the wires on that, like you can see, they're pretty thin. I mean, they feel like solid core almost, and these are the phase wires for the motor. They're all the same thickness, and they don't look massive at all. So if they're telling me that this pulls 30 amps at a maximum, and that's the cable they're using to pull it through, I've got no issues with using 12 AWG cable to go into this. No issues at all, I don't think. So I'm probably going to use that. I'm probably going to ask the question to a few people first. What music are you going to play for welding side 2? I don't know. As it's side 2, should I go? Should I go for all B sides or something? Something like that. What do you reckon? Only B sides on side 2. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll have a B-side day while welding this, which is side 2. So I've just got to do the same thing on this side, basically. Same deal, but backwards to that. Which is probably why I'll probably draw another one of these that's backwards, because otherwise my mind's not going to handle it, trying to look at the back of it or trying to reverse it in my head. I don't want to do that because I'll make a mistake doing that. And that's not what I want to happen. So yeah, I'll get the rest of this welded as in the parallels, which is all I've done so far, and then we'll start doing the series connections, which are the connections from the parallel banks over into the next one. So, we're building the voltage up as we go down into the final, which is at full charge, like I say, is 58.8 volts, this battery. Yeah, so I'm going to probably get that done either later on or maybe tomorrow, and then I'll think about streaming again tomorrow, or I might not do it for a couple of days because I'll just have a think about putting the tabs on it and stuff and where stuff's going to go. And here's the BMS, which is going to be strapped to this in one way or another. Yes, it's an absolute beast. It is overkill. It's rated at 200 amps, which is massively overkill for this battery. But that's what they sent me. I ordered, like I said yesterday, I ordered an 80 amp BMS just with a bit of room on it, and they sent me a 200 for the same price. So I didn't say anything, but it's caused a bit of hassle because squeezing it into the box and fitting it on here is going to be, well, it's not going to be a nightmare, but it has caused me to change this battery, which was originally bigger. But anyway, yeah, that's by the by. That's going to fit in there. That was my plan. That fits in there. That's the whole unit. Positives and negatives around here, up there. In fact, the positive doesn't go through the BMS, does it? The positive goes straight to the charge port and the output to the controller. So it's only the negative that goes through the BMS. Any cell out on its own should have a second strip to it. So you mean like this end one? That's what you're saying, isn't it, Ali? Let's take the tape off that and see. But I'm sure that's what you're saying, that one right at the end, which is just out on its own. Because I was thinking about having 3 tabs coming off here, off these 3 cells and I was going to solder each one of them across the cable to lead into that end pack to spread it across the 3. I may even do all 5 there, sorry. So there's 5 tabs coming off it and just solder the cables in there and just bring it off, something like that maybe. What do you reckon? Yeah, so it'd be something like that. It'll go across 3 tabs there and just be soldered across. I'm not keen. I was going to do tabs. I mean, I could do it just straight across the top and solder on, but I'm just not keen on soldering to the cells. Yeah, it's a good idea. But still double up on the nickel here, you're saying, even though I'm just doing 3 tabs off here and splitting the load out. Because this is going to be the final load on the back end of the... this is going to be the full... Let's call it 45 amps. And let's call it... It is 50 odd volts or whatever. So even though I'm doing that, this is a good plan to double strip that. I think that's what you're saying anyway. It's not going to hurt, is it? I guess so. Yeah. Oh, I meant double up on the nickel. Yeah, I did. I understood what you meant. You mean just put another piece on here because this one's a single out on its own. That's what you're saying, isn't it? Any cell out on its own should have a second strip to it. So double up on that. I do see what you're saying. Or are you saying double up on all of this? I think you're just saying double up on the one that's out on its own. I think that's what you're saying. I think that's what you're saying. I can clarify with you in the forum anyway. You can give me some guidance on that. Okay, so I kind of think I'm going to knock it on the head for the evening. Appreciate you all popping in, man. It's really good of you, sound. Thank you very much. It saves me sitting here on my own, talking to myself. It's much appreciated. Nice one, people. Yeah, so I'm going to knock it on the head. I'm going to call it an evening. I'll speak to you all later, another day. Yeah, cheers for. I'll catch up with you guys soon. Yeah, take it easy, mate. Take it easy, everyone. Stay safe, man. See ya later. Ta-da a bit. Ta-da, ta-da.